And we're back for another episode. In this episode we're going to be doing the patch 3.2 main scenario. And as always, hello from Mithrie. So, it's been a long time, but let's be honest, it's taken a long time for the patch to come out. And the only reason I didn't record this roughly a week ago is because I've been really unwell. I've had problems with my tongue, with my throat, with my everything. So, but for all the people asking, do I still play 14? Yeah, I still play 14. I've just been waiting for it to get good. So let's see if 3.2 is good. So we're here with Tataru at 11. God, they've added a decimal rating to the positions. 11.5, 11.2 in the pillars, and the first quest is called As It Once Was. So Tataru is waiting to share good tidings with you and Alpha Node. And we know that it's a main story quest because it's got the meteor symbol as per usual. Okay, cutscene. So, Alpha Node Mithrie, I've been looking all over for you. We received news regarding Philhamin, Horror Boulder, and Cold Sinet. Really, has something happened? No, it's nothing bad, quite the opposite. In fact, it seems that once they learned the Scion's good name had been restored, they boarded the next ship bound for Limsa Laminza. They should be arriving any moment now. It's easy to forget how useful link pearls are, isn't it? When they work, I mean, and you don't mind being spied on. Quite, but what wonderful news, to think that our reunion is close at hand. A pleasure to see you, Alpha Node. Ah, Thancred and Krill. What brings the two of you here? Krill and I have been looking into how we might track down Minfilia. And we may just have found the answer. Mithrie, when you were fleeing Uldar with Minfilia, you said that Hydaelyn spoke to her shortly before you parted ways, yes? Well, assuming that is true, and I see no reason to suspect that is not, it seems reasonable to conclude that Hydaelyn commanded her to remain behind. That is to say, the Mother Crystal directly interceded to guide Minfilia. Admittedly, this is all quite hypothetical, but I propose that such intervention, however subtle, must surely leave some residual trace, a lingering disturbance in the aether, or ripple, if you will. In order to establish the existence of such ripples, of course, we will require suitable data. Fortunately, I know where such data can be found. The battleground where Mithrie felled the Ultima weapon, and the site of my personal ignominy. So, 'twas there that Hydaelyn intervened to shield her from the magic I invoked. Krill and I will infiltrate the castrum and analyze the aether therein. The two of you alone? I have a proven knack for subterfuge, and I am confident that there will be sufficient nooks and crannies in which to hide Krill while the patrols pass. Besides, if you and Mithrie came along, you will see to Philhamin's grand homecoming. When you put it like that, very well. I will trust in your plan. I know not whether this data will yield a means to find Minfilia, but it will at the very least eliminate another avenue of inquiry. Tataru and I will return to the Rising Stones and make preparation for our comrade's return. Might I impose upon you to meet them at the Laminza docks? Then I shall see the four of you at the Rising Stones. Safe travels. Okie dokie. So let's see the next chapter in this story. So we need to now go to Limsa Laminza, to the lower dock. So let's go, and we can teleport straight to the Arcanist Guild. It's all slowly coming back to me because I've been playing so many other games lately. There's also the Little Ladies event to do as well. Interesting. So A for right, A for net, Arcanist Guild. Okay, so right here is Phil Harmon, aka Minfilia's mum, is it? So, oh Mithrie, how have you been? Come here, let me have a good look at you. Fang the 12, one hears the strangest tales in foreign lands. I worried about you all every day. We would have sent word sooner, but the Braves afforded us an opportunity. When they fell upon us in the market, it was all we could do to escape. Tataru found her way to you, of course, but we were forced to seek shelter aboard a Hanish vessel. It pained us not being there when you needed us most. When we made the most of it, didn't we, Coltonet? Studied and trained from dusk till dawn, we did. So we would have sent word sooner, but we know not whom to trust, and with the vast distance. But those dark days are behind us at least. I shall be glad indeed to return home and speak with my daughter. What do you mean she's missing? How could you let this happen? Damn it, Mithrie. Forgive me, I am sure you are doing everything in your power to find her. As Thancred must be, he watched over her from the first, long before me, and he will watch over her to the last. Now how could Thancred possibly have been watching over Minfilia before the mother who gave birth to her? Anyway, let's think about that another time. I shall pray for a safe return and busy myself in the meantime. For a certainty there is much and more to be done. The Braves may have bloodied us, but the path remains, and we shall not be swayed from it. Aye, that's the spirit. To the Scions and a long overdue reunion. Huzzah! Well, there you have it. To the Rising Stones. Okay. Can you not see like the Charlayan tattoos on his neck?
Well done, sir. And with that, I believe we are ready to proceed.
Let us be about our business then. The next patrol may not be so credulous.
Why must you be so disappointingly brusque? You're not at all as Minfilia described, you know. I don't think you favored me with so much as a single compliment since we set out. Tell me, did your time in the wilderness sap you of all your charm? Or are you holding it in reserve for your beloved?
This is neither the time nor the place.
He really, really doesn't look happy. It's actually interesting.
Well, call me old-fashioned, but when I'm risking life and limb infiltrating an Imperial castrum, I like to be sure of my comrades' motivations.
Exactly.
I see now where Alphino gets it from. Minfilia is dear to me. It is true. But not in the way you think. 15 years passed, when she was still but a child. There was an incident at a parade. A Gubu broke free of its fetters and ran amok through the streets of Ular. Had I been more attentive, I would have prevented it. But I was distracted, and her father was killed.
Yeah, so that sentence, if you guys don't know, is literally the opening scene that you would have seen at the beginning of 1.0, if you never played 1.0.
I feared she would never recover. But in the years that followed, she showed herself to be more resilient than I had ever imagined. And when she learned of her gift, she did not flinch from the responsibility, but sought to guide others on the path. She touched the hearts of all around her. Mine, Louis Soir, every Science. In those dark days following the calamity, she was our guiding light, our hope for a brighter future. She had so many dreams, and I would give anything to make them come true.
My apologies. I can see she means the world to you. I did not mean to pick at old scars.
No harm done, I assure you. But fair is fair, my lady. What is Minfilia to you?
You mean you don't know? Only my dearest friend. When I finally emerged from my torpor, I learned that nary a day had passed without her asking after me. She never gave up hope. And neither will I.
Then for Minfilia's sake, let us pray that these vestiges of Hydaelyn's intervention will lead us to her.
Interesting. Okay, let's now go to Revenant's Toll so we can go to the Rising Stones. Let's do it. But wow, like Thancred really didn't look happy. He's like got the Heartless growing inside him. That's a Kingdom Hearts joke if you've never played it. Anyway, so here she is. Let's talk to her. So she says, "It feels good to be home again. I do think that everyone is waiting for us just beyond those doors, friends and family with whom we have shared so much. God help me, but the older I get, the more sentimental I become. Come, let us not keep them waiting." Okay. Let's go in. So we have to talk to 5 Scions in the Rising Stones. So let's see what she has to say first. So Elaine, Emphy, it fills my heart with joy to see you both hale and healthy. And what of Higuri? She is well, though abroad on a mission at present. It just wasn't the same without you. Welcome back, my lady. Next person. Let's talk to Argumumusus. We could do more of that around here. Heartfelt reunions with stalwart companions brings a bloody tear to the eye. Oh, is he drunk? So to secret oneself in a ship's hold to secure safe passage to a faraway land. This is a tale we know all too well. When they are all well rested, I would like to seek a formal introduction. Why wait, my friend? Come, there is no need to be shy. Pray grant me a moment longer at least, though I am happy to oblige you. My legs are rather less accommodating. So, Oucher, what in the 7 hells drove my little brother to come to Mordona? Why, you, brother. You and the Scions, of course. For 1,000 days I trained, and I might grow as strong as you, that I might fight alongside you. Yet, now that you are here, I sense that you have surpassed me once more. No, do not tell me. You trained with the Hanish, did you not? Your eyes do not deceive, brother. I studied the trials of the braves, and drunk deep of the souls of mine enemies. And last but not least, so glad that I am home. I cannot help but think that those who have yet to return. Once we have settled in, I would join the search. So let's now speak to Tataru. So it's been so long since I've seen them all like this. Too long. 'Twas the chaos born on my foolish ambition which forced them to flee. Though they are returned, there are others yet missing, others whom we cannot forsake. We'll find them, Alpha Node. I know we will. Menphelia, Yida, Papalimo, every last one. And when they walk through those doors, we'll be here to welcome them home. With me at the head of the queue, of course. Awesome. So let's get that quest done. Critical hit rate. Yeah, let's get this one complete. Right. So next quest is called The Word of the Mother, and we'll get the Pororogo minion. So enchanted familiar though it may be, kissing it will do nothing to alter its corporeal form. Okay, so it's just a magic frog. So Alpha Node is eager to return in search to the search for Menphelia. So Thancred and Krill contacted us a short while ago. It would seem that their foray into Castor Meridian bore fruit. They asked that we rendezvous with them and Yestola in Idleshire, where they will share their findings. Rude though it is to depart without speaking to the guest of honor, I expect she will forgive me if I return with her daughter. Okay, so now let's teleport to Idleshire. Let's go. So the main scenario in Final Fantasy XIV is a lot like this all the time. A lot of traveling, a lot of dialogue, but it is a story-driven game. That's the whole point. So if you really don't enjoy the story, you might not actually enjoy the game. And I would advise any new players to actually pay attention to all of the story, read it all out, and so on. So anyway, let's talk now to Krill. So my apologies, I see I am the last to arrive, so what news do you have for us? Well, as we postulated, there were indeed what appeared to be the remnants of an unexplained disturbance in the Aether at the scene of the Ultima Weapon's destruction. A ripple of odds with the presiding pattern. Though faint, the waveforms bore a strong resemblance to those observed following the destruction of the Isle of Val, when I believe Hydaelyn shielded me with the blessing of light. To confirm our findings, we paid a visit to Sildif Aqueduct. Then we detected the same waveform, but orders of magnitude larger, as one would expect of a more recent disturbance. Hydaelyn, there is no other explanation. But there is more. When I studied the sites where Yestola used flow, it appeared that not 2 but 3 beings had been affected. Yet, unlike Yestola and Thancred, there was no trail to follow. Our unknown third party was simply there, and then not there. Now, recall your visions of a vast crystal floating in a sea of Aether. Though this too is but a theory, studies of gifted subjects suggest that when communing with Hydaelyn, we briefly leave our bodies behind. So let us consider the facts. 1. Hydaelyn interceded. 2. A third being was caught in Yestola's flow and vanished without a trace. 3. Hydaelyn may have the capacity to summon the consciousness of gifted individuals to her side. So you are implying, I take it, that Hydaelyn guided Menphelia into the compass of my magic? That she might summon her body and soul onto the ethereal sea? In which case we must needs continue our search there. For a blessing, the means to do so already exists. So for anyone watching, I'm sorry that, I'm not a voice actor. I don't have a girl to do the girl voices with me or anything like that, but I read it all out to make sure that I don't miss any detail. That's the whole point. I want to make sure I absorb every word. And reading out loud is the best way to do it, because it sounds different when you say it out loud to how it might sound in your head. So that's why I enjoy reading it all out. So, I speak of the Anti-Tower. A Charlayan construction conceived to provide scholars a vantage point over the ethereal sea. Though I not know where its entrance lies, we need only ask its last custodian, a country old crone who, for another blessing, refused to join the Exodus. Master Matoya was the keeper of the Anti-Tower? I had no idea. Then our course is clear. We must petition her aid once again. So if we have to do a dungeon, I'm just happy that I'm a tank, because our queue should be quite easy. Right, so Matoya is... She is in a cave, like down here, so that you can't teleport to her. You have to just fly. So we have to just run and fly, and we'll get to her shortly. It's been a while since I've flown on my mount, so I might as well enjoy the moment. Because there isn't... The only other game I play which has flying mounts is, I think, World of Warcraft. And I haven't even played that for a while. Okay, so let's mount up. Don't trust the old Quintania mount. Okay, so let's keep going. And I wonder what the Anti-Tower is like. What I've generally heard is that the music is awesome, and that it's actually quite easy though. That's what I've heard about it. But then again, it is a story dungeon, so the story dungeons in the game are always a bit easier. They're just so you can enjoy the lore of the zone more than be faced with a real challenge, if that makes sense. So we're almost there, I think. I mean, I could be flying completely the wrong way. I can't even remember anymore. Am I going the right way? I think I am. Okay. Where do I go? This way? It shows when you've been away for months and months and months, you can forget. Yep, this is the right way. Cool. Let's go into Matoya's cave. I always love the music of this little zone. Oh, what a surprise. Well, what secrets have you come to extract from me this time? Though it pains me to admit it, your words strike close to the mark. We humbly ask that you grant us entry into the Anti-Tower, that we might use it to seek a friend who we believe has been transported to the ethereal sea. And who told you I could do such a thing, I wonder? It wasn't me. So the tower was abandoned to its magical keepers 15 years ago. They have the run of the place now. If that is no deterrent to you, then by all means. Is that all? I felt sure you would seek to dissuade us from our course, given your role as custodian. Role? Hardly. The Forum foisted the title on me. During the Exodus, every entrance of the Anti-Tower was sealed, save one. My role consists of making sure no one will, with ill intent, sneak through it. Such was the Forum's final order to me. Well, I can remove the ward right now. Will you be going or not? We will, Master Matoya. We will do everything... Sorry, we'll do whatever it takes to find Minfilia. We'll see about that. Mithrie can go. Take the magicless rogue too if you like. He's no use to me. The rest of you will stay and work. I'll hear no argument. Those are my terms. Oh, I should be delighted to accompany you. Lead the way, Mithrie. Thancred, no. Your etheric flow has been compromised, do not deny it. To venture into an environment so thick with aether, so close to the ethereal sea, would be to risk further impairment of, or worse. But Mithrie could be in there, waiting for us. And you could die, and for what? If she is waiting beyond, Mithrie will find her. Trust in her, have faith. Damn it all. Bring her back to us. Of course it's Mithrie, like what do you expect? Duh. Cool, so the anti-tower is now unlocked. So, as per usual, whenever I do the storyline episodes, I will finish it there for this one. So we're half an hour into the main story. The next video, of course, is going to be the anti-tower. So once we're in the anti-tower, we will continue. So anyway, guys, that's it for this episode. Thank you for watching. And as always, goodbye from me. And goodbye from Mithrie. More Final Fantasy content on the way. I do miss it. It's taken a while. But I will slowly get back into this game. Trust me, guys. So see you soon. Bye-bye.